Welcome to Fast Stang 444. If you've been watching my videos and you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Click on that bell. Found this level 3 in the greenhouse area at the beginning of the game, and there was a car nearby we should head to head with. So shoot the gap here at the northern end of the pyramid strip. And shortly after I get through there, they wind up quitting. I will call that rage quit.
Opponent eliminated!
I'm going to decline the mini buggy and see if I can find a drop that is level 4 or higher. I do see one off in the distance, so I will head over there. All right, let's go on level 10, Rocky. I would say that's faster than the mini buggy. Pause this and show you where I found this, just northeast of the stadium there. I jumped ahead. I did decide to engage in a few head-to-heads, jump ahead as I am crossing the finish against this level 3 Volvo. I know many times I've said before it's an unnecessary risk, but I call this a calculated risk. Make sure I have positioning and I am not going up against someone that I potentially lose against. So now I jumped ahead again. Here is a level 7 Ferrari off-road. I should be able to beat them. They actually have a pretty decent lead. I've recognized this gamer tag as a skilled player. Seen them numerous times before. Didn't mean to help them. Should be able to pass them in the desert here, which I do. Slipping and sliding around. Finishes over. East side of the mountain, it appears. And it is, which is typical of when it's going to be Final Arena 19, which is east of the mountain and west of the stadium. He winds up quitting before I get to the finish. Again, I won't call that a rage quit. I declined the Lamborghini Centenario once again. Went on the perimeter, decided that was enough. I did not want to take any more risk, calculated as they were. And as the arena is shrinking, am getting in position for the final showdown. Not leaving enough time for anyone to engage and complete a head-to-head with me here, which is why I'm slowing down. I do see someone over on the right. They engage in a head-to-head. I don't think there's enough time for them to complete that, and they will just put themselves out of position. At the base of this Y-shaped intersection is the point I like to leave from.
Head-to-heads complete. Get ready for the final showdown!
You can see on the map this point that I like to leave from for Arena 19. The range of time to leave is 17 to 19 seconds. I will leave it 17 seconds. This driver that comes over was in a Hoonigan RS200, and now they are in a Funko. So I think we either have someone that made a mistake or is a rookie. And I will slow my exit down here. Watch the timing of this. 5, 4, 3, right when I get to the arena wall. So I exited at 3 1/4 seconds, which will leave a 1/4 of a second remaining on the timeout bar. A little too close to my liking. So I will continue straight through the stadium, and I like to slow down and then exit left to right, avoiding those buildings that are right in line of the exit. Looks like the finish is right in line of this road, so I will just follow along this road, avoiding buildings that are on either side of it through here. I opened up the map just for a second, but we'll pause this. I can see I just pretty much need to follow the road until I am very close to the finish, then angle over to the pin. So, on the road I go, past the festival site, through the cloverleaf, into the greenhouse area where I started this game. And it's okay if I cut across some of these turns through here. Alright, I'm close to the finish, angle over to this pin. Very dominant win in this Brocky that I found. Brocky drop found and won with it. Yes! Haha!
Welcome to the secret society of the Illuminati! Oh, shh.
Win 3,968. I decided to take this Audi RS6 for the higher top speed, although I have a difficult time getting to it, and this car behind me may challenge me before I get to it. But I wind up getting it, and they wind up chasing me, and I can hear the sound of the screaming Lamborghini engine. So I am being chased by a Lamborghini. I'm not sure if it's a Murcielago or a Centenario, but it's definitely a Lamborghini. I'll go across the bridge here and cut in between the trees, hoping they run into a tree. They do not. It is a Lamborghini Murcielago. And this is going to lead over to the southeast. So I know to go right of this dirt road that has a bend in it and take this jump off of this ridge here, clearing the trees and obstructions down below. Not doing too bad, actually. They are pulling away from me, but speed is not a factor in the trees. Actually, it can work against you if you full send it. So let's see. I need to get through here cleanly. I need them to hit a tree. And they do. I've got it. I think they are rethinking chasing me now. Thank you for the Lamborghini Murcielago. Danny
Opponent eliminated!
See a car on the perimeter on the mini-map. Maybe on the right. Across these wooden bridges in the swamp here. Let's see if I can get them to come meet me over on the road. Turn around on them, and that worked. Here they come. Where are they in? They are in a level 4 BMW. Crossing my path now. No. Let's not fall victim through the trees like the previous owner. Through them. Go to this finish here. This is going to be Final Arena 6 in the southeast here.
Opponent eliminated!
Now Alright, the Hoonigan Group A, an off-road beast. I decided not to risk engaging in any more head-to-heads and went and parked on the perimeter. And jumping ahead where I am just getting in position for the final showdown. See, someone got into a Hoonigan RS200. Right in line of that dirt road I was on the edge of the woods, directed northwest in line of that dirt road is the point I like to lead from right here.
Head-to-heads complete. Get ready for the final showdown.
You can see on the map this point that I like to leave from for Arena 6. The range of time to leave is 18 to 20 seconds. I will leave at the minimum 18 seconds. The two cars in front of me on the left are going to have to hit their brakes or they will be early, and I think they did. I exited with a fair amount of speed at 2 seconds and passed them, leaving 1.5 seconds remaining on the timeout bar. They must have cut it really close. They were not eliminated. I know to avoid that X-shaped intersection, there are buildings all around that. Now I see I am in line of the bridge that crosses the stream. I know to slow down so I don't go on either side of it. There are steep banks that will slow you down greatly, and that's what the Hoonigan RS200 did along with the Lamborghini Murcielago. Now I want to cross the highway at an angle in line of the road that is across this highway. Perfect. Land right next to it. I should angle a little farther over to the left. I'm right in line of 3 sheds, and I fortunately get right between them. Now I'll get on this road that leads over towards the finish, and I'll get this win in. Yes, a game where I stole the Lamborghini Murcielago in the swamp.
Winner! Welcome to the Eliminati!
Win 3,971. I'll jump into this game as I go by this Nissan Tsuru and this Chola. I miscalculated the direction of the head-to-head and started to turn to the left and had a hard time regaining momentum in the Chola. And we'll fast forward this head-to-head. They wound up hitting a tree there, so that helped me after my little mishap at the beginning of this race. Get over to this finish and get out of this Chola.
Opponent eliminated!
Alright, the Porsche Cayenne. Not my favorite level 7, but I am out of the Chola. I will jump ahead. I tried catching someone away from the progression of the game, around the perimeter, unsuccessfully. Spent far too much time doing that. We're down to 11 drivers left, and I catch this level 5 Bronco R. I will go south of the lava field, which the southern end of the lava field is shaped like a bird. You can see going through the edge of the right wing, I avoid the southern end of the lava field. This will be Final Arena 11. the finish is in the road configuration, the thumbs up. I know to avoid the thumb, a few obstructions around the middle, and just get over this finish. Get into a level 8 here.
Opponent eliminated!
Alright, the MG Metro. I definitely have to get into another head-to-head and get into something quicker for this final showdown. And there's someone on the road here. It looks like they are parked. Might possibly trying to snipe someone completing a head-to-head. Let's see if the hunter can become the hunted. Got him. They're in the Hoonigan Group A. Let's go. The thumbs up is just to the left. Above the thumb is a grove of trees. I know to go left of that. And it looks like they got hung up in the trees there. I am definitely stealing this Hoonigan Group A. And this will be perfect for the final showdown. I will drive outside of the future arena wall, away from the progression of the game. And someone gets into a Hoonigan RSRX there. So we have 3 Hoonigans in this final showdown. That RSRX. Fishy Flop, a very skilled player and an online gaming friend in the Hoonigan RS200, and myself in the Hoonigan Group A. I was just going to park here and wait until the arena begins to shrink, but I see someone behind me off on the right. I do not want to leave enough time for them to engage in a head-to-head with me, and even if I win, I may just be caught out of position. So I will now pull ahead. There isn't enough time to complete a head-to-head now. So just right of this bend in the road, directed towards the intersection on the highway, between the trees. Right here is the point I like to leave from. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, right here.
Head-to-head's complete. Get ready for the final showdown!
You can see on the map this point that I like to leave from for Arena 11. The range of time to leave is 12 to 14 seconds. I will leave it the minimum 12 seconds. I exit at 2.5 seconds, which will leave 1 second remaining on the timeout bar. And here's where I make an error. I go off to the left trying to pass that RSRX and run right into this fence. Most likely would have passed them, but here I am, 3rd place. And I recognize this finish. When I see that finish in between the uprights on the suspension bridge, that is the YOLO jump. It's a matter of whether I want to take it or not. And by the way, that RSRX has internet lag. They are not a cheater. So let's not get into that, please. I will continue on this line in between the trees. And this is the moment I decide, rather than take the YOLO jump, I am going to attempt a more direct route. And I know, as Fishy Flop after the game, who is taking the YOLO jump, said he will always take it for the fun element, but I'm going to give this a try. I hit a tree, the RSRX hits a tree, so I now have the lead. Fishy Flop jumps down and is left of the road. He missed the road by a bit there. So now I just need to get through the trees and over to this finish for the win. Good game, Fishy Flop. Well played, and I hand it to you for taking the YOLO jump. Always, you said.
Welcome to the shadowy ranks of the Illuminati.
Win 3,972. I engaged in one head-to-head and landed in this level 5 Porsche. This will be Final Arena 6 in the southeast. So now I am trying to get into a head-to-head here. Here's MG Metro, just missed. Let's try this other car. Ooh, no, that's RJ Anderson Pro 2 truck that is skilled enough to know to start heading the direction of the head-to-head. So I will try what I call leading them away and heading northwest. Lead this MG Metro away and turn around on them. That worked, and they start turning as well. So I'll get over on this bridge here. Gain some speed on the pavement. So I gained the lead, and that was the traffic circle behind me, so I know to angle over to the left in between the trees here, go around this group of trees. Here I will have to go through the trees though ahead. Now it's a matter of getting through the trees cleanly. Know these trails well enough. I landed on one. Great. I wish I could remember all these trails. Alright, I'll be able to beat them. Take the FH5 Metro. They may have been a tree back in there.
Opponent eliminated.
I thought about taking the Audi RS7 for a moment, but I go up 3 levels by taking the level 8 MG Metro, so I have to take that and definitely get into another head-to-head. And here's someone serving one up who comes over to my doorstep. So back through the trees again. I'm running into some logs that slow me down, but still maintain the lead. Should be able to beat them. This MG Metro is actually great for short head-to-heads. It accelerates very quickly up to top speed, which I am nearing. I'll go to the right at an angle of that intersection. You can see those buildings I avoid on this line. Through more trees towards this finish. And that was just less than a minute. I was in this MG Metro by them serving up this head-to-head for me. Thank you very
much. Opponent eliminated.
The Hoonigan RSRX, so I will head away from the progression of the game, and I'll open up the map and pause this. You can see the second to last arena wall now, and it has the swamp within the arena wall. That's how you can tell it's Final Arena 6. Just drop while I'm over here. Going away from the progression of the game is what I call this, and then circling back towards the direction of a head-to-head. And here's someone right here. And they are in a level 9 Lincoln Group A. Whoa. Alright, so I will angle over on that road that I was on earlier in the head-to-head against the MG Metro. traffic circle is behind me, and I will open up the map just for a second, but I am pausing this. I can see I need to stay on the road, and when I get to the fork in the road, go off to the left. Pretty much just follow the suggested route, and when I get close to the swamp, turn over towards this finish. I've lost head-to-heads in the past by darting over in between the trees, thinking the finish was where the finish for that head-to-head I was in the MG Metro with, and it wasn't. Alright, now let's get over to this finish here. In this head-to-head allowed two things. I beat Hoonigan Group A, competition quite possibly for the final showdown, and I can level up into a level 10 Funko. And I actually considered for a moment taking the Hoonigan Group A because it is an off-road beast, but the Funko has a higher top speed, so going with the Funko. Decided not to try and engage in any more head-to-heads. If I did, I would land in a Lamborghini Centenario, which isn't a very good off-road vehicle. It's a track vehicle, so I jumped ahead. I am now just getting in position for the final showdown. Line up this dirt road on the edge of the woods. Right here is the point I'd like to leave from.
Head-to-heads complete. Get ready for the final showdown.
You can see on the map this point that I like to leave from for Arena 6. The range of time to leave is 18 to 20 seconds. I will leave at 18 seconds. There's a Merc AMG GT that comes out of the woods there. Merc AMG 1 also in this final showdown. Angle to the right and slow down. I thought I might be early. Time my exit actually quite well with speed at 2.5 seconds, which will leave 1 second remaining on the timeout bar. There are a few trees to watch out for on this line. I do. Now I will angle over to the left here. Going left of this X-shaped intersection, I will be in line of the dirt road that crosses the stream. The one that's now highlighted. This is a flat line across the stream through here. Just narrowly missed that building there. Let's just continue on this line. Go south of the cloverleaf. Across the highway here. I'm familiar with this finish point. It's on a trail with trees just short of it and buildings on either side of it. So slow down, just get onto the trail. I have a pretty dominant win. Yes.
Welcome to the shadowy ranks of the Illuminati.
Win 3,977. Let's go. I'll jump into this game. Earlier in the game, you can see I am crossing the waterway. It's the dry season. I am being followed. I'm going to take a peek at this drop here. And what is it? It's a level 6 Porsche 959. I have just enough time to get it before this car that's chasing me gets to me. I'll engage in the head-to-head immediately. They are in a level 7 Merc AMG GT. And I have my horn set to camera shutter. and it sounds like maybe you're hitting a fence or some debris or something. So there's a lot of times a delay before someone realizes they're in a head-to-head, and that's by design. By having a loud horn, you are notifying them you are now in a head-to-head. I highly recommend you select a quieter horn. Why not give yourself an advantage in this game? Alright, so this finish just leads over to the base of the mountain, it looks like here. And I'll get there just before they get to it. They're coming on quickly. I'll look back and see their gamer tag disappear. It offers me to level up into the Porsche Cayenne. I will definitely take the Merc AMG GT.
Eliminated.
I will open up the map and pause this. You see how far up the mountain the arena wall is? This will be Final Arena 18, and that head-to-head that I was in didn't lead up the mountain because of how far to the south it originated. Now I will jump ahead. You can see I am over near the church ruins, going by this car with momentum. They are heading away from the mountain, which now the head-to-head leads up to because of where it originated here near the church ruins. They are actually in a faster Nissan GTR, but position was in my favor. How much distance I have in front of them. Now I will angle a little farther to the right. It's steeper the farther left you go. I won't full send it through the trees. I'm going to slow down so I can manage getting through all the trees. If I hit one of them, it'll stop all of my momentum, and I may not get up the mountain. They're a long ways back there. I will continue on this line and go on the switchback that is just above this finish point here.
Opponent eliminated.
I will always take the opponent's car that I just eliminated when it offers me the same car. It's a GTR, great car. So I am just going to park up here, and if someone comes towards me, I will engage in a head-to-head and go down to the finish. I call this the Mike Mechanic method. This is what my friend Mike Mechanic showed me. I actually like to go on the road down below on what I've nicknamed Balkan Road after the famous Russian YouTuber I beat. And there's another Nissan GTR in this game, and then a Lamborghini Centenario. Normally that switchback that's down below to kind of behind me on the right, that's the point I like to go to, but because they are going back and forth on that road, I just will use the Mike Mechanic method. No one comes towards me, I will just use this Nissan GTR in the final showdown. I'm fine with that. It's a great car, near level 10 speeds going down the mountain, and the arena is now shrinking, so I will just make my way over and get in position for the final showdown. Around that T-shaped intersection, there are some boulders that I like to park just right of.
Head-to-head's complete. Get ready for the final showdown!
You can see on the map this point that I like to leave from for Arena 18. The range of time to leave is 13 to 14 seconds. Because of the snow on the mountain, I will add 2 seconds and leave at 16 seconds. It causes your wheels to spin. It takes a few extra seconds for you to gain momentum. It looks as though I am the only one attempting to time their exit, and I do perfectly with speed at 3 seconds, which will leave a half of a second remaining on the timeout bar. I will look back and pause this. The arena wall is still there, and look how far down the mountain I am by timing my exit so well. Finish is to the southeast, so I will just gradually angle over to the left here. There are some boulders around some of the electrical power towers, so I'll try to avoid those. The southern end of the lava field is ahead, and there is a road configuration that is shaped like a bird. I know I can go through the top of the left wing at an angle towards the tip of the right wing. This is a clear path through the lava field. That's the other Nissan GTR off to my right that ran into some lava, it appears. And I actually should be angled farther over to the right here. The line that I am on, going over towards the intersection on the highway where the finish is around, there are trees on this line, and I am headed for a tree. No, come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. They must have clipped a tree through there too and slowed them down. I'll get the win in, yes.
Congratulations! You are the Eliminator!
Win 3,979, only 21 more to go. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video along with all of my videos. And if you've been enjoying my content, subscribe, please. Help me grow my channel.